welcome to Board Game Bonkers. I'm JC. This is the Bonkers show where we are going to be doing some random board game generators. We're going to go on to boardgamegeek, hit that random board game generator button and see what games come up. We want you to play along at home. That's right. So we want you to guess along with us what that game is like. What mechanisms does it use? Have a guess, have a go. We're going to show you some pictures and we're going to guess along. It's a bit of fun, something low-key, something a bit different. So let's have a look at some games and see what comes up on the screen. You never know, we might find some hidden gems. And what we want to do is try and find a holy grail game, a game that really sings to us and says, this is different than anything else we've got in a collection. Go out and buy me. So let's see what happens. Now let's get it to the screen and let's see what comes up first. So we'll randomly create a game, see what pops up. And we've got Toilet Trouble 2016. Well, I can guess by just the title and certainly the score of 4 out of 10 is going to be absolute trash. So I'm guessing Toilet Trouble. What do you think this is going to do? Let's have a look at some pictures. Of course, it's going to be a tacky, awful game. So water's going to split out, no doubt. Perhaps you're just seeing whether water comes out or not. This just looks absolute trash. Now let's see what it is. So the theme is toilet urinals. Wow, how exciting. Player elimination, what a surprise. It's a children's game. This just looks crap. So with Flush, so what you'll be doing is you will share some hilarious and suspense-filled moments. My arse, you will. And players are safe as they hear the flushing sound, but no water is sprayed. Who knows which flush will be? It's just, like I say, water's going to kind of go into your face. You may as well just get a bloody water gun. Let's move on to the next one. Let's hope we get some decent games. Star Wars Starfighter Battle Book. So it came out in 1989. So this is a 2-player battle book, RPG, I'm guessing. Are we right? Fighting book, activates simulation, variable player powers. Yeah, kind of almost like RPG. So it's pitting the X-Wing fighter against the TIE fighter. Okay, if that interests you, check it out. Let's move on to our next one. I'm not interested in Star Wars, don't know much about it. Buzz Putt. Came out in 2017. So 1 to 4 players. What is this? Web published. Okay. So there's no pictures. Oh, there is pictures. Buzz, so bees. Right, so okay, so we're rolling some dice. Obviously, I assume we're trying to populate the bees maybe, or maybe they're pollinating to get honey. Let's have a look. We've got some tiles there, so I was putting the tiles down. So print and play, dice abstract strategy. So it's a golf game. You're playing adorable bees. There are 3 pre-made putt courses. So this is golf, okay. I would never have known this was golf. I suppose putt, but Buzz Putt, okay, got it. So it's based on what you've rolled, and that's what shot you get, and that's you can move your ball that far. Okay, doesn't strike excitement to me, but you might like golf games. There are far better golf games than this on the market. Let's see what else we get. So far, we haven't had any fantastic games. Next, we've got Fairy Tale Assassin League. The Snow White, not anymore. Came out in 2013, going by the rating of 3.4. This looks absolutely atrocious. This is probably an adult kind of card game, maybe. Let's have a look. It is a card game, storytelling. Okay, ask questions. What happened when Snow White goes to Las Vegas and turns bad? So obviously this is trying to be funny in a party style game. And unfortunately, the majority of party games are absolutely atrocious. And there's only a handful that are any good. And that's something we may cover and maybe do our top 10 party games or top 6 party games one day. Let's now move on to another one and see if we can get anything decent. So far, they've been pretty trash. We've got Portraits, came out in 2003, has a rating of 6.5, although we only had 11 ratings. It's for 1 player, this is solo. No images, okay. So it's a solitaire patient style game, originally called Peddler in 92, and it was re-released, and the goal is to collect all the face cards into your personal vault. There's classic games like that where you try and get cards in a row, So this is obviously a similar concept where you collect the face card if you're able to discard cards of a greater value. So it's kind of very basic. Okay, so that might be your thing. You might be into that. I'm not a solo gamer. It isn't for me. Next, we've got Bananagrams Party. So Bananagrams is, if you like word games and not quite quizzes, but word games certainly, then I think Bananagrams would be a game you might enjoy. Scrabble, if you have Scrabble, perhaps you're a lover of Scrabble, this is an alternative where you'll be forming different words. So very simple game. It plays in 10 to 20 minutes. You can play up to 8 players. So it's, like I said, it's a Scrabble-like game without the board. So very basic, and you have party power tiles to the letter mix with each of these tiles, and then you do different things. So there's a travel version, so you can travel with it, you can take it with you, you can get your kids involved in that, it helps them spell as well. So if that interests you, check it out. Bananagrams, you've got Bananagrams Party and normal Bananagrams as well. So that's an okay, decent game. So we come across one that's decent. Next, we don't want it in Japanese, we'll have it in English. So it looks like this was a Japanese release. And Japanese games, actually, there are a handful that are extremely good and well made. So this Princess Escort, I'm not enamored by the title, Escort. I'm not sure whether it means in a sexual way or we're just escorting a princess. So 3 to 8 players. Is it a party game, do you think? Let's have a look at a picture. Right, okay. It could be. It could be you're trying to get a princess from one place to the other. It's in the way of pictures. So you get some tokens here. Maybe getting the love and affection of the princess. Let's have a look. Fantasy. Cooperative, secret unit deployment, voting. I would never have guessed that. So it's a game of cooperative and betrayals as the escort army. It's the player's duty to keep the princess secure on her way to the castle. During their travels, they have to cooperate and deal with several monsters attacking them. Okay, I would never have guessed that. Interesting. So let's see what else we've come up with. Let's generate our next game. And we have The Human Race. What a great title. Not. The Human Race. Can they not have come up with something more exciting? Came out in 2012. I'm going to tell you now, this is a simple, basic, tacky game. It actually has a decent rating, 7.1, so only 4 people have rated it. Let's have a look. So we're racing, and the board looks uninspiring and as dull as you can possibly be. This looks like one of those homemade kind of DIY games. And okay, interesting. Aliens. So are we trying to human race to maybe get to the planet before others, or maybe they're being attacked and we're trying to escape Earth? Interesting. Let's have a look. So we've got action points, modular board, pick up and deliver, roll, spin and move. So we are moving our spaceship pawns around the hex-filled board game to abduct and specific human targets. So with aliens abducting humans, fantastic. We've seen games like that. I think University Games released a game where you had to suck up the animals, farm animals, and you had to try and move the farm animals away from the alien. And that was quite cool because it was very gimmicky, and my children actually enjoyed that. This one looks boring and dull. I don't think I'd be getting this for my children, but I'm sure the gameplay is okay, and I'm guessing the people who voted for that are people who have probably known the people who made it. So next we've got Bushido Rokuro. Is it Bushido or Bushido? Rokuro. No ratings, came out in 2008, 2 players. What is this? This is the second edition. Have we got any images? We've got one. It doesn't tell us anything. Okay, so this has got action point, dice rolling, variable player power. So nobody knows what he did to be punished. So some even say he cut off his own wings. But the fact that he has perfected a technique of throwing his axes at his enemy wings. So in combat, so you've got some combat here. I have no idea what this is. It's a model for a game. So it expands the Bushido. So that's Bushido is the second edition. It's got a rating of 8.5, really heavy, 4. So it's got a complex game, 2 players. So I'm guessing this is combat. It's got some miniatures and minis. Let's have a look at some images. And again, well, that's great. We have no idea what it looks like. And it's a book. So apparently it's a book. And the game of savage battles of cunning. Okay, this is a bit different. I wasn't expecting a book. And this is a game for 2-player only. Okay, so I'm not sure how this would play. There's no pictures to kind of get your head around it. It's simulation. It's obviously simulating die rolling to kind of simulate a fight and war. So very basic, I'd imagine. And I'm sure some people would enjoy that, given that they've rated it quite high. And that might be your thing. It just isn't for me. So, but check it out if that interests you. Let's check one more and see what comes up. Fopping. Fopping came out in 1995. So winning a trick is fine. So trick taking, but don't lose one or you'll sit out the next one. I hate games that do that. You miss a ton. I hate that. Very light and plays 3 to 6 players. Trick taking game, I'm guessing. Are we right? It's a card game. Trick taking, we are right. So trick taking game with objects that empty your hand. Well, nothing new there, but this might interest you like trick taking games, although the art looks very childlike, and this looks like it's definitely aimed towards children. So let's do a couple more. Let's try and get a decent game, a game that's a little bit more interesting. Yummy Yummy Pancake promo tokens. Okay, let's move on to the next one. We don't need promo tokens. You might like Yummy Yummy Pancake. So if you like pancakes, you might want to check that out. Tail Drive, it's only got 1 rating. I have no idea what this is. This looks absolutely, it's a basic card game. Let's try and find another one. Keeper of the Coin came out in 1987. What is this? Oh, there's no images. Abstract die roll and grid movement. It's an abstract game which uses coins of very denominations. So this is very basic. This might be interesting to you, not me. Let's move on to another one. So far, there's some bizarre games in this database. Mazo, well, it's definitely based on chess, came out in 2010, 2 players, and yeah, simply like chess. So if you like chess, and this looks a little bit samey to what chess is, well, this might interest you. Let's see what else we get. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed. No. Igor, The Life of the Party, came out in 2008. It's got an average rating of 4.8. Really, really light game. Let's have a look at some pictures. Okay. So definitely based on a movie. There's no question this is based on a movie. Is it, what are we doing? Are we just playing cards? And it looks like we are. We've got some tokens here as well. So it looks like they could be point token, mate. I'm not sure. So it looks like we're just playing cards, some kind of combat and trying to get some points. So it's very basic. So there's a trick-taking element of Igor. You tell me, I have no idea. So it works mostly as you'd expect. So it's just a basic trick-taking. It's got memory as well. So it comes in 5 suits, numbers 0 to 9. Each turn, they play 1 card on the table, following the suit if possible. There's lots of games that do that. You get the next card's going to be follow the suit. Very basic. Okay, let's try one last one, and we'll see if we get anything decent. We've got Battle Trek, miniature skirmish space battle game. I wonder if this has been released yet. 2023. So skirmish war. So there might be some dice in this. Sometimes there's cards. Might be card combat in this. Looking at the picture, it looks like it could be measurement movement. So we'll see. So it's space battle. So die rolling. So it uses point allocation system, which is the first thing you do in each turn. Then most important action is next, the initiative phase, which decides which ship goes first in the action phase. Now, I'm not a fan of skirmish games. I played one. I really didn't like it. And I promise myself never to play them again. But you might like skirmish games. This might be something that's on your list. It just isn't for me. So unfortunately, we haven't come across any hidden gems. We haven't found any that have engrossed us. And we haven't found what I would say are any decent ones. There were a couple of obscure ones that looked different, were highly rated, and book type of games. Now that might interest you, or the Skimmers game might interest you. It doesn't interest me. But occasionally we may come across a hidden gem. That's what we're trying to do, find that hidden gem. But why don't you play this in your spare time? It's quite fun. Kicking that random board game generator, you might be surprised and get some fantastic gems that pop up. And especially if you've got someone that's got lots of games, or you're looking for some inspiration, you never know. And our kind of way of doing this, what we find, normally we might find 1 in 50 that looks quite good and worth looking into further. So it might be we go through 5 of these videos and we come across 1 or 2 that we'll go and have a look at and perhaps consider purchasing. You never know. But we hope you enjoyed that, and we hope you enjoy the difference in these videos. They're just fun. We like you to play along, guess what the game is. What do you think it plays like? What mechanisms did you use? It's just a bit of fun, and it's a bit more relaxing, and it's different. So if you enjoy videos like this, please do continue to like and share, and leave us a comment down below. Let us know how well you did. Are there any games that you came across you might consider again? Not for me. It's not my type of game, these, but you never know. Everyone has a different taste, and it's all subjective. And until next time, take care.
This is Bonkers.